Well, I've made a part 2 of just about every video I've come out with today, and I apologize, but the movie needs to be discussed. I don't even remember where I was. It's been so long since I last shot the first part. It was like 20 fucking minutes ago, but um hmm. Mills searches a truck before being struck in the head with the tire iron. That's where we were at. We were at the end of the chase scene in the movie. While Mills is incapacitated, Doe walks up and holds him at gunpoint for a moment before escaping, kind of showing his alpha. I'm alpha. You're not doing shit. It's kind of funny. The apartment contains hundreds of notebooks revealing Doe's psychopathy, as well as a clue to another murder. Again, well, my dog, but at this point in the show, there's only been 3 murders, so it's like, oh my god, this show needs to start wrapping up, right? There's like 40 minutes left, and we need 4 murders. How are they going to do this? And the way they do it is obviously very surprising, and we're going to get to that momentarily, but yeah. The detectives arrive too late to stop a man forced by Doe at gunpoint to kill a prostitute by raping her with a custom-made bladed strap-on representing lust and kind of the lust of sex and kind of people. If you want to have sex here, do it lethally. It's kind of evil for John Doe's part, but there is the 4th murder. Now we remain with 3 murders left to uncover in this show. Yeah. The following day, they attend the scene of a 5th victim, a model whose face has been mutilated by Doe. She was given the option to call for help and live disfigured or commit suicide by taking pills, and chose the latter option, representing pride. She's too prideful to go out in public looking like shit and disfigured, so she just killed herself with a bunch of pills. So yeah, there's the 5th murder. 2 murders remain in the show, and like at this point, it's like rapid fire. We're like, oh my god, we're slowly discovering all the killings of John Doe, and it's absolutely insane. As Somerset and Mills return to the police station, Doe unexpectedly turns himself in, covered in the blood of an unidentified victim, revealing himself. We know we're going to find out who that victim is later on in the movie, later on in our analysis of the film, but it's crazy. This guy's a fucking psychopath. He could pledge insanity at this point. Doe offers to confess to his crimes, but only on the condition that he escort Somerset and Mills to a secret location where the victims representing envy and wrath are presumably buried. Otherwise, he will plead insanity. Yeah. Somerset is wary, but Mills agrees. Mills is like, we want him to confess to the crimes. We want to figure out who these last 2 victims are. And it turns out only one of these victims is actually already dead. It's fucking crazy. And there's a big decision facing Mills later on in the film. We will get to it. During the drive, Doe expresses his lack of remorse for his crimes, declaring that his victims deserved to die, and professes himself to be a martyr, chosen by a higher power to shock the world out of its state of apathy. So on the car ride over, we get some confessionals from John Doe here. We learn a lot about his villainous motives. When it comes to a serial killer, this doesn't happen that much in movies. Serial killers don't often come out and just like confess to their crimes. And Se7en and Fincher does a really good job of doing this and offering the fans of this movie, offering moviegoers like something to really think about some of these serial killers' motives. It's actually kind of ridiculous. Doe also makes cryptic, threatening remarks towards Mills, who maintains his belief that Doe is simply insane. So this kind of foreshadows things between Mills and Doe. It is fucking crazy. So Doe's directions lead the detectives to a remote, deserted location so no one can see them. They can do this in private. It's kind of insane. Minutes after their arrival, a delivery van approaches. So I'm getting suspicious watching this. I'm like, oh my god, what is about to happen? What is he about to deliver? Mills holds Doe at gunpoint while Somerset goes to intercept the driver, who says he was instructed to deliver a box to their coordinates. So he's like, well, John Doe directed me to do this. I've brung you guys a package. Who knows what's in the package? What's in the box? What's in the box? You know, it's kind of the whole mystery scene of the movie. One of the craziest things to happen in this movie comes out of this box. Somerset opens the box in a sudden panic, tells Mills to stay back. You don't want to see this, Mills. Oh my god. So he opens the box. Oh, man. Doe reveals that he himself represents the sin of envy, as he envied Mills' life with Tracy, and implies that the box contains Tracy's severed head. So Tracy has died. This is the big plot twist. No one is expecting John Doe has killed off Tracy. R.I.P. Gwyneth Paltrow in the show. He goads Mills, telling him that Tracy begged for her life and the life of her unborn child, and reacts with surprise and delight when he realizes Mills was unaware that Tracy was pregnant. So Tracy never tells Mills about the pregnancy, and it's just terrible. I mean, my fucking god, this show is so, like, traumatizing. Hold on one second. I gotta turn a light on. This is fucking creepy to talk about. I had to turn my laundry light on in the back. I had to turn my laundry light on in the background. It was so fucking scary just talking about this movie. It's so creepy. It's so goosebumps inducing, so chilling to really talk about this film. I mean, despite Somerset's warnings, an enraged Mills, very ignorant, very naive, very immature Mills, fulfills his own role as Wrath and shoots Doe fatally and repeatedly, completing Doe's plan. So the 7 sins have taken place. The last 2 victims, John Doe and Mills' wife. Ugh. Good God. Somerset and the police captain watch as the devastated Mills is taken away. So obviously he's going to have to go to jail because he was caught on radio. He was caught on tape murdering a suspect. So yeah. When the captain asks where he'll be, Somerset says he will be around, implying that he will not retire. After what had happened, he doesn't want to retire. In a voiceover, he says, Ernest Hemingway once wrote, "The world is a fine place and worth fighting for." I agree with the second part. Yeah. Crazy. I think originally the villain was supposed to do a voiceover for the end of the film. I thought I read something about that, but it's such a heavy film. I mean, you watch it the first time, you're like, what the fuck just happened? Like, very few movies have had a more shocking ending than this movie. It is fantastic. It is so well done by Fincher. I really regard him as a great director after watching this one. This could be the only Fincher movie I ever watch, and I'm going to be like, holy shit, this guy is a fucking genius. I mean, this movie is great. Rotten Tomatoes, 82% approval rating, 7.9 out of 10. A brutal, relentlessly grimy shocker with top performances, slick gore effects, and a haunting finale. Yeah, it's just a good fucking movie. About like a 6.5 out of 10 on Metacritic. Generally favorable reviews. It's a B film to CinemaScore. People are so fucking strict with the reviews. I think this is an A+ film. I think it's perfectly done. Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt and obviously John Doe played by shit. I can't remember who it was. Can't remember who the actor is. He's in a lot of big movies, and this was like his big break, his big hit. But that's besides the point. Yeah. The film's ace in the hole is the personal appeal generated by Mr. Freeman as the mature, cerebral cop and Mr. Pitt as the young, headstrong cop. Not that the contrast is inspired or believable in itself. What gets to you is the prowess of the co-stars as they fill out sketchy character profiles. And kind of the conflict between the detectives at the start definitely sets up for something insane in this movie. Morgan Freeman was great. The film belongs to Freeman in his quiet, carefully detailed portrayal of the jaded older man who learns not to give up the fight. It's John Spacey. That's his name, John Spacey. Yeah, John Spacey played John Doe. He was one of my favorite actors in this whole thing. I'm really intrigued about villains in films. Spacey's portrayal is a perfect balancing act. John Doe is detached from the murders he commits, yet deliberate and meticulous in his execution. Unemotional yet smug. Analytical, violent, patient, impenetrable. Se7en has the scariest ending since George Sluizer's original The Vanishing. That's interesting. Maybe I'll check that out. And stands as the most complex and disturbing entry in the serial killer genre since Manhunter. Okay. None of Fincher's films are darker than this one, said by people. It's like an allegory, I guess. But yeah, this film's fantastic. Best villain, dude. He is Kevin Spacey. Fuck yeah, he's the best villain in the film. It was like the best movie at the 96 MTV Awards, so. They won MTV Awards. They won a Se7en Award for the writing of the film, the villain. It was one of the best movies. The most desirable male I would disagree. I don't think Brad Pitt's the most desirable male in the fucking film, but have at it. This was the longest movie review I've ever done, just because I'm so fucking prideful about this movie and I love it so much. Off of first watch, I'm just like, dude, this is the craziest movie I've ever seen in my life. I had no words. I was like, no way, no. Like, my parents probably heard me from their bedroom just like, no. My dad started watching it with me after a while because he's seen the movie before and he wanted to go to bed because he had work in the morning. But they probably heard me. I was like, no way, what the hell? Like, from their room. And it was an absolutely crazy experience. But anyways, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. That is going to do it for the reviews on the channel. I'm going to be recording me playing some Far Cry here in a little bit, so stay tuned. Every day on my days off, I'm going to be playing some Far Cry until I'm done with the main story. I don't like doing the side quest, but yeah, have a good rest of your day. Possibly watching Nope.